Hey guys, thanks for joining me. This is Angie at Chicken Scratch. This is the project we're making today. Okay, and so let me open it up. It actually is closed with a Velcro dot. You could also use a magnet. So you fold it back a little bit and then you reach in and here's your snack. So all kinds of little snack size candy will fit in there. So you fold that back in there like that and then fold this over. Okay, so this is box template 72. This is over on my website. You can print it, it's for free. Okay, so we're gonna stamp first. Here's all the supplies. Okay, so we're gonna stamp the monkeys on this one and the greeting on this one. I'm going to get my Stamparatus grid paper to stamp on, just so I make sure I don't stamp on my desk here. I am using Memento ink. Okay, open that up. And the greeting. We're gonna color the monkeys with 3 different blends: crumb cake, cinnamon cider, and soft succulent. And I am using the light in all 3 colors, okay? So I'm gonna start with the crumb cake and I'm going to color their face. And the inside part of their ear. I'm going to take the soft succulent. Now you can use mint macaron, soft succulent, any of the colors that you have that are green. We are using mint macaron cardstock, but the designer series paper, to me, it feels like it has multiple shades in it. Okay, and now for the cinnamon cider. Okay, we're done with that. Now for the greeting, I am going to actually trim it with my scissors. So the first thing I'm going to do, well, let me shorten this. It makes it a little bit easier if it's shorter. Okay, and then just going to angle cut that a little bit and cut this one straight. So now our images are ready. Let's cut our designer series paper. The Abstract Beauty paper comes in 4x6 sheets, and this is 4x6, okay? This is how they come. This is the leftover from when I made the first box. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that leftover in just a minute. But the first one we're gonna cut is gonna be, or the first cut is at 3.5 inches, okay? So put it on the portrait side and cut it at 3.5, because all 3 of our pieces start with that measurement. So the first one is 3.5 by 2.5, okay? And actually, yeah, 2.5. And then so that's one. And then your next one is gonna be 3.5 by 1.5, and then 3.5 by 5/8. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the 3.5 by 5/8. That's the big line after the 1/2 inch, okay? And then the next one is 3.5 by 1.5. And the 1.5 is right there. So there's my 3 pieces, and then I have this left over for a future project. Now let's score our cardstock. This is 7.5 by 11. We're gonna place it on the 7-inch side first, and we're going to score it. Let me get my template so that I can follow this. Want to make sure it's accurate. So on the 7.5 inch side, I'm going to score it at 3/8, 1 1/8, 1 7/8, 5 5/8, 6 3/8, 7 1/8. And turn it on the landscape side, which is the 11-inch side, and you're going to score that at 1 3/4, 2 1/2, 5 1/4, 6 3/4, 9 1/2, and 10 1/4. That is a lot of score lines, isn't it? So we're going to fold on all the score lines and burnish with our bone folder. It just keeps going and keeps going, right? Last one. Okay, so now I'm going to place this in the portrait orientation. So just like this. And if you're looking at the template, okay, you're going to see that we're going to round these corners up here. But first we want to cut out these 2 sections, okay? I'm going to come over here and cut. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. And before I do anything else, I'm going to go ahead and round those corners, so that way I don't get all mixed up later. I say that every time. Y'all probably wondering, when do I get mixed up? Honestly, if somebody rings the doorbell or I have to take Bella out, that's where it starts. Okay, so now I'm going to jump down here to the bottom, and I'm going to remove all of this on both sides, okay? So I'm going to come here, cut straight across. And you can cut this on your paper trimmer if you want. And the same thing over here. There we go. Now, a little bit more surgery. We're going to cut straight across. We're not going to touch these, but we're going to trim off this one right here, okay? And then the same thing over here. So we're going to trim off this little piece right here. so now this is where our adhesive goes on these two pieces here. So let me show you how this is going to assemble. Let's see. So see those, how that's going to work like that? So just add your adhesive here. So I'm using my tear and tape. I'm going to take your pick tool and remove the backing to the tear and tape. Okay. I'm going to try to do this without messing up. I honestly prefer using liquid glue for this part, but it takes a little bit longer for it to dry. So, okay, I got that one. I didn't mess up. There we go. And I didn't mess up. Yay! So now we can add our treat inside there. And like I said, there's lots of different treats. Even like you could fit the Burt's Bees. Let me get a couple more. Okay, so this dark chocolate sea salt, get these on Amazon. That'll fit in there. Hi Chews, these little Easter chicks. All kinds of candy will fit in there, okay? We're going to fold this over. And now what we're going to do is use Velcro to close it, but we need to add our paper first. So we're going to take this piece here and add it there. You can use Velcro, you can use magnets, or if you wanted, you could use 20 inches of ribbon. I think that's about right. You can wrap it around the entire box and tie a bow at the top. But now this one is going to go up here, and then we're going to round the bottom part of it. And then this one's going to go here. Give that a second to dry. Okay, and then this final piece is going to go right here on top. You could skip that step if you wanted to, if you want to save your paper. Okay. So fold this in. Or over, I should say. Let me fold that back so you can see. So we're going to fold that in. See? See how the sides are? And then this comes over, just like that. You want to make sure that your sides are folded in, because if they're not, then that can give you a problem. And if they don't, check your inside flaps and make sure that they're folding in, because that can also interfere with it. Okay? Okay, so where to add the Velcro is, I'm just going to open this up and place. I put both pieces together, okay? So I'm going to place one of them up here and hold it, okay? And then make sure that this is folded in like that, okay? And then you're gonna take the backing off of this one. This is where another hand would come in handy. And then fold this over. And now hold that. So it's best to kind of go ahead and put something inside your box so that you can press and make that stick, okay? So let's go ahead and add our monkeys to this. So same thing, liquid glue. And then we're gonna add these little leaves. This was cut out with the Tropical Layers dies. And there's no right or wrong way to add these. I just want a little bit of it peeking out on the side. It's okay if it goes past the project. And then I'm just gonna glue it at the top, okay? Don't glue it at the bottom, because if you do, then you won't be able to open your box, okay? So I'm gonna hold that for a second, let it dry. I'm gonna tie my 10 inches of soft, succulent, open weave ribbon. Oh, let me start over. I was cracking up because sometimes if I say that too fast, I do mess it up. I'm glad I didn't. Okay, we're just gonna trim the ends. And let's add our greeting. We're just gonna add a little bit of liquid glue on the end there. I'm going to use a glue dot to add my ribbon. I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool. Just a second. Okay, add that there. And then now we want to add our embellishments. We are using the Rhinestone Waves. I love these colors. They are beautiful. You'll notice these little things are not included in there. I just stuck those in there because I pulled them off of a project and I used the wave instead. Well, goodness, come on. I don't want to squash my box. We'll put this one up here. I'm changing them around this time. Okay, so that wraps up this one. It looks like I need to fix my ribbon a little bit. It's a little cattywampus, and I need to trim the ends. But even with it being crooked, it's still really cute, right? Whoops, come on. Okay, pretty cute, right? Let's see how the Velcro's sticking. Just be gentle with it, okay? Don't rip it like I did on my original one. Okay, thanks a lot. Have a great day. Bye. Oh, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.